Before we go shopping, let's take a look at the whole point of having a web store and your back office accounting, distribution, and manufacturing system completely integrated and talking to each other live. We're going to go add a brand new item into inventory, and the minute we're done, it's going to be on the website. So well, actually, I don't even have to do this. I can say, oh, look for, and we'll look for a description, and I'll say piston. And you see we have nothing in inventory as piston related. We can even change it to contains the word piston, and again, nothing. So sort of like nothing up my sleeve here. So what we'll do is we'll build a brand new inventory item. Let's call it a piston rod. And we'll make this real simple. We'll make it $795 with a cost of $357. We'll go add its picture in the inventory. Somebody already took a picture of it for us. I got to go find the pictures now. Images, and there's my. I knew I saved it somewhere. There's my piston rod. Okay, great. So I've added the picture to it, and if we look up the picture, it's just a picture of my piston rod. Then we're going to go back up here, and this is the magic. I'm going to internet enable this immediately. So it's been enabled, so it's open in the store. And what I'm going to call it, I'm going to call it in the store piston rod chrome. This is the nice part too. You can give the item a different name on the web store than it contains within the inventory module. You can even give it a long description. And now, based on what we looked at a few minutes ago, which departments do I want it to be in? Well, this one's just going to be in Brian's stuff, and we're going to put it into specials. So we got piston rods on special, and we find them in Brian's stuff. Now we're going to really hit the attachments too. I want to put in an engineering drawing, and I know I stored my engineering drawing here, and it was a PDF, and we'll call this piston rod schematic. I also have some literature I stored in this same directory. Oops, eBM docs, piston doc.pdf, piston literature. And we'll just say OK, accept, and we'll save the change. Whoops, I forgot to give this item a product line. I know what I'm doing. Let's put it in cables and accessories. Okay, now our item's there. Now if we go out to the web store, log in. If we go into Brian Watercott's stuff, we immediately see that we have the piston rod that's been added. Nobody had to do any programming. You didn't have to call in your HTML programmer and say, hey, we've got a new item. I want to add it into the Brian Watercott area. Oh, and by the way, add it into the special area also. So there's the piston rods in the special area. Now, if I actually pull the piston rod up, I get the bigger picture. I have a brand new one laying next to a used one. Here's all the stock information. Right now, there's none available. It's telling me the order quantity is 1. And look at this. I've got a piston rod schematic, and if I click on that, it actually pulls up the blueprint for this piston rod, and the customer can download this. He can save a copy of this right now because it's a PDF. And also, I gave him literature on this piston, and it's in a 44-page book, again, that he can save a copy of and download. So these are the 8 attachments. Now, I chose to use description links. Remember, you could have set up pictures here. Maybe I could create an HTML picture of what a blueprint looks like, and that's a blueprint drawing. Maybe I can create an HTML picture of a book or a literature piece. You don't have to use descriptions for these linkages. You can use pictures and buttons. But let's actually buy one of these, and let's actually buy 5 of them. So I'm going to add those to the shopping cart, and I want to continue shopping. And let's go into equipment, cables and accessories, and let's buy 35 of these. And notice, because I've logged in as me, it's a B2B site, I get my pricing in here. This is my pricing. So now I'll say I want 35 items and add it to the shopping cart. Okay, so let's check out. I hit the checkout button and it brings us to the checkout area of the web store. Notice it's got the items that I purchased. There's the 35 RJ11 cables that I purchased and the 5 chrome piston rods I purchased. Another nice feature here is the customer does not have to move through the shopping store or go into the actual web pages. If they actually know part numbers, like maybe they have a printed catalog of yours, they can just keep entering part numbers right here and add to the items. So they can either shop with the normal pages, moving through the store like they would in a real store, or they can just sit here and quickly do a heads down data entry type order if that's what they prefer. Now because it's B2B, it's already got our bill to information, our terms are net 30 days. If it is a B2C store, it's going to collect customer information at this point, give them a chance to give you a credit card number. MES90's eBM module completely integrates with the MES90 credit card module, so all of that's taken care of. In this case though, since my customer's on terms, they're going to give me a PO. I can choose any one of my ship tos. Remember I had control of the ship tos. I can indicate how I want it shipped. These are the choices that we've made available in the web store. Some other information, if I scroll further down, I can change the terms. Right now I've been given the choice of terms or cash. I could give a credit card number here if I want to pay with a credit card number. And again, it'll integrate properly with the credit card module. I'm not going to put in any credit card information, so I'm pretty much ready to place this order. I can put in some special comments. Please rush, need the pistons ASAP. And I'll just click next. It's finalized my order for me. It's filled in as much as it can, and it's given me a chance to delete the order, edit it, or accept it. So I'll just accept the order. And it thanks me for my order. And let's see, your shopping cart submission was received. An error occurred generating the email. Please contact your sales rep. And that's just because it wasn't able to send out the email. So we'll close down the website now. And let's go see how this integrated with MES90. One of the first things we do, if we go to the main menu, we go to the error log. And all the transactions I've been placing, here's all the email messages that have got hung up. So all it's telling me is that it's not able to process the email. Interestingly enough, it's maintained the email in the IT email pending table, which is the web store pending tables. And if the web server or the email server finally does go online, these emails will get processed out properly. But now, we looked at this earlier, the user ID, customer, accept, reject entry, the register, discuss the auto accept. Now here's the shopping cart, accept, reject entry. Again, if we had set it up for auto acceptance, it would just flow through and we wouldn't need to do what we're about to do. But we set our store up to require somebody back at our business, ABC Distributing Company, to look at it. So if we go into the shopping cart area, again, remember I call this the parking garage or the parking bay. All the orders have been parked here waiting for somebody to look at it. So if I come in and look, here's a pending order. I can bring up the actual order. There's the cables that they ordered. There's the piston rods that they ordered. If we go up here and look at each item, line item, we're seeing all the detail. Now this is where I can go take a look at the address. This is where I can go take a look at the tax detail. So I can either just accept this order, leave it pending for now, or reject it. If I accept or reject it, this is where I can pull out the reason codes that we used. But I'll just accept it. And now it's been an accepted order. Now, if again, just like normal MES90 functionality, once you do the data entry, the next step is post and update. Post and update is real simple here. We just run the cart register. So these are the orders that came in from the web for the day. I'll expand this and make it look a little larger. So here's the customer ABF, JR, who's Artie, is the person that placed the order. Here's the date and time the order was placed. We accepted it, and there's the order total. It's just a basic audit report. And do I want to update the shopping cart? And I'll say yes. And it's just telling me that the email that it's about to send out now that we've accepted the order is a problem. And if we go in here, we find the parking garage, the order bay is empty. And that's because it's processed this order for us. It flowed right through our web system into our back office system. If I go into sales order entry, since we haven't done any other work on our system, it should be the last sales order that was placed. There's an ABF order. If you remember, that was the customer's PO that already entered, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He had chosen the Racine warehouse, so that's the warehouse it's shipping to. Here's the lines. 35 of these cables were ordered. 5 of these piston rods were ordered. The comment came in, please rush, need the pistons ASAP. The order has now flowed in normally to our system, and now whatever workflow and process we have for handling orders is what kicks in. Also, one final thing to look at is it tags the fact that this was an IT order, and it lets you know who placed the order from the company. So if Fred Flintstone had placed the order, it would say FF here because that was his user ID. But it was Artie that placed the order, and Artie's initials were JR for whatever reason. So the ability here is that using Crystal Reports, you could build up your own reports that show you lists of just the IT orders that came in today, or back-ordered IT orders only, or IT orders that are marked rush. The point is you can distinguish between excuse me, web store orders and non-web store orders. So that's pretty much a walk through the tulips of the MAS90 eBM module, the eBusiness Manager module. Feel free to give us a call or ask any further questions, email, calls, website. Don't forget to go visit that 4EBM website. The address again is www.4ebm.com, and that's got tons of information, including sample sites on eBusiness Manager for MAS90.